The Black Plague, millions of rats, soldiers armed to the teeth. Will you make it out of this apocalypse alive? A Plague Tale: Innocence unfolds in 14th century France, a country ravaged by the Black Plague. You play as Amicia, a young girl of noble heritage, who's accompanied by her little brother Hugo. Left to their own devices and hunted, the two characters have to learn to survive in a world disfigured by horror. One of this game's greatest strengths lies without a doubt in the storytelling, largely due to its incredible pacing. Throughout the game, you'll move between gameplay phases of different intensities. The game's infiltration phases are the most common, and when you're in them, you're in a state of permanent stress. You'll have to dodge soldiers who'll never leave you alone once they spotted you, as well as thousands of rats which promise an even worse death. What makes the danger even more palpable is that it's not only your life at stake, because most of the time, you'll have your younger brother in your charge. Hugo is a lot weaker than you are, and you'll have to watch out for him at all times, even if he can sometimes prove highly useful. The oppressive feeling you get from the game's different elements is particularly effective. Throughout the story, you'll also be able to take a few breaks during rare moments where you'll actually be safe. These phases mostly concentrate on dialogue and allow you to relax for a moment. During them, you'll learn a little bit more about the characters and their relationships. And even if it's just for a few moments, you might even be able to forget about the horrors of the world around you.
This is the last village you'll infect.
Amicia!
Come on!
And at last, A Plague Tale also includes some action phases.
Hugo!
What's happening, Amicia?
Just run!
We're not talking about COD or DMC 5 level action, but sometimes you'll be up against mortal danger. And fleeing from it will give you a pretty intense rush.
Where are we going?
The fighting sequences will also leave you no room for error, and give you the impression of being David up against Goliath. These are the rarest phases of the game, but whether it's fight or flight, the tension is really pushed to the max.
Oh no! Hugo! I shouldn't have shouted! Please listen to me! I'm sorry! Take a deep breath.
They look scared.
Excuse me, I'm the daughter of Lord Robert de Rune. We were attacked, we need help.
It's in the balancing of these three types of phases that the developers at Asobo Studio really succeeded in creating such a suspenseful game. Creating that oppressive atmosphere, making players hold their breath in fear, then pushing them to absolute panic out of terror for your own life or that of your little brother. In some ways, it's reminiscent of the kinds of game rhythms you find in big titles from Naughty Dog, like Uncharted or The Last of Us. A Plague Tale is published by Focus Home Interactive and developed by Asobo Studio, and available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And it's already a hit favorite with our editorial team.